get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, I have a very special guest with me. This guy, this is the first time I'm talking to him in years, but I asked him to come on my podcast. He agreed, so he's here. He's a father, husband, business owner, all around great guy. But to me, he'll always be that little hooper trying to take my spot. Welcome to the podcast, Sherman Green. What's going on?
What's going on, Darius? How you been?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Just chilling. That's what I'm on tonight. I'm chilling. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Hey man, I can't complain. I can't complain at all. Blessed and highly favored, you know what I mean? Still be here on this earth with all everything going on. Hey, it's just a blessing to still be breathing, to be honest with you.
That's what's up. What you drinking on tonight?
Man, you know, if I drink anything, it's gotta be a Hennessy, man.
You want to know. Okay.
That pure white though. I don't drink the regular Hennessy. It gotta be the pure white.
Okay. So you upgraded. Gotcha.
Top shelf type, so you type drink, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As always, I'm drinking that Crown Royal vanilla mixed with that Dr. Pepper cream soda. So that's my go-to drink. I will change it. If y'all send some suggestions what to drink on, I will drink it on this podcast.
I mean, you got that Crown Peach. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that do say. I mean, if you like to keep,
yeah, I was on that Crown Apple at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But was it over a year ago? I was introduced to Crown Vanilla, and I've been on it ever since, man.
Yeah, with that Dr. Pepper is good.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper, the cream soda.
Oh, the cream soda? I ain't had cream soda. I just Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's it tastes like you know what? You can't really tell the difference between Dr. Pepper and the Dr. Pepper cream soda. It just tastes the same to me.
Yeah, I'm about to say it tastes the same to me, but I mean, hey, Dr. Pepper to me.
Right. Before we get started, man, I got to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Joe Shakinab and Shakinab.com. Y'all visit Shakinab.com for services, monthly updates, and contact information. Once again, visit Shakinab.com, promoting leadership and scholarship. So, Sherman, man, why don't you go and introduce yourself to the world, man? Let them know who you are and what you do.
I'm Sherman Green. I'm an entrepreneur. I work IT. I have two businesses, a detailing business and an IT business. My detailing business is up here in Northern Virginia. I travel the DMV detailing cars. I have an IT company, Green Information Solution, that I help people get into the IT field, train them, give advice, consulting, stuff like that. And then my detailing business is Green Brothers Detailing. I mean, it's starting to blow up. I mean, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see me, Green Brothers Detailing. I think that's the name of it. I got so much stuff going on, but yeah, Green Brothers Detailing. Or Darius, you tag me or whatever, and they can follow me from there as well. And that's pretty much it, man. Just living life and taking care of the family.
Yeah, I definitely will tag you so they know to follow you. So all the information you have will be on his pages. So if y'all follow me, I would tag him, and then y'all can follow him as well. So what made you decide to become a business owner?
I always been a go-getter. You understand what I'm saying? And as a young kid, just being around my grandfather, he taught me a lot. You always gotta have more than one income, stream of income. So basically it's one of them. I mean, you got a 9 to 5, but a 9 to 5 is a job. You know what I'm saying? When you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do and be great, you know what I'm saying? Do what you love to do instead of having to walk into a business that's not yours, that you be like, I don't feel like going in, or if you're not feeling well, it's just one of them. And it's like you want to have that financial freedom as well, but to be honest with you, health is wealth, man. And I tell anybody, a lot of these young cats are entrepreneurs, but y'all need to sleep, eat right, man, take care of your body. Really listen to your body, because a lot of us, African Americans and American spirit, and killing ourselves because we're not paying attention to our bodies. You know what I'm saying? So I take health very serious. You know what I'm saying? But also you gotta live life and enjoy it. That's my main thing. Enjoy every moment of it. Because tomorrow ain't promised. You know what I'm saying? We set that alarm clock, but it ain't nothing but God waking us up every morning. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta live by that, man, and just strive for what you want and stay at it. No matter what happens, just stay the course. Nike didn't blow up as quick as you thought it did. Amazon didn't, you know what I'm saying? So you just stay the course, and eventually everything gonna pan out. It may take years, months, few days. You never know.
How long you been in business?
I've been in my detailing business for 8 years, my IT company for 3 years.
Okay. And what's like with your detailing business? What was the most expensive car you ever like detailed? I'm always curious about that because I've seen a lot of people out there that detailing and all that stuff with the cars and stuff, and I've seen people post pictures of these exotic cars, like, yeah, I did this and all of that. What about you?
When I first started detailing, the first year I started detailing, the most expensive car I've ever detailed was a Porsche 911. A Porsche 911. It was all black. It was actually one of my boss's friends. He's a CEO of a company, and he gave me the opportunity to do that. And yeah, so far that's the most expensive car. Yeah.
I bet you when you saw that car, you like, man, if I could just drive it for just 10 minutes.
I did drive it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Stick
Really?
shift. Because I had to move it. And I was like, mind if I take you for a spin in the block? And he was like, yeah, get in the car with me. He told me go down the road, and he was like, hit it. And I hit it. That thing quick, man. I said I couldn't drive. I get speeding ticket. Stick shift too. Come on now. You switching them gears, you
Boy, I know you was loving that. I mean, I love it too. Top down? Was the top down?
Yeah. After I detailed, put the top down.
Ooh. Listen,
Yeah.
I've been in the Porsche. I was in St. Louis. I've been inside of a Porsche, and my grandfather, they switched cars for a weekend. And I tell you right now, I thought I loved BMW, so I got inside that Porsche, and I was like, you know what? If I'm ever able to afford a Porsche, I will have one. As a collection. I'm not gonna let my wife touch it. No, it's me. It's something that I can have for myself. Me, myself, and I. She can have what she wants. I think she's talking about a Corvette or something like that, which I love those too. Anything convertibles, I love. So, but it got to be classics. So I'm not gonna get something brand new. It got to be a classic for me.
I got you.
So a classic Porsche, a classic Corvette. Hey, that's where the money is. That's where collectors buy. So that's an investment right there. So a lot of people don't know when you get those classics, keep them because it's going to appreciate as time goes on. Especially when they're trying to switch over to electric.
Right.
Those cars going to be. I watch Barry Jack, so I know I watch all these car shows. I'm a student of it. I love it, definitely.
I got you.
And you say you've been with your IT business for 3 years?
Yeah.
And how did you get into that?
I've been doing IT since 2012. I was working at the Marine Corps Exchange, and I just been good with computers and stuff, like, update software, building them, taking spyware off people's computers, you know what I'm saying, without even going to school, just playing with stuff. And then my dad was like, hey, take your butt back to school and get your degree in IT. And then so I was talking to one of my mentor. He was like, hey, get the Security Plus certification. I got a Security Plus certification. And I finished school, and man, I got into the federal government, man, and been doing it ever since.
That's what's up. If you wasn't doing, if you didn't have your detailing business or the IT business, what would you be doing right now?
To be honest with you, I probably be trying to be like a mentor to the community, to be honest with you. Because I mean, a lot of people need guidance. You know what I'm saying? It's different from how we were raised when we were growing up, and these kids now, these want to pick up the guns instead of, putting up your fists and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to showboat and stuff like that. But like I said, when we were growing up, we didn't have social media like they do now. Kids on social media, if you fall or you trip or, you know what I'm saying, you throw something, hit somebody in the head, it's on social media type stuff. When we were growing up, you had to be outside. I used to get in trouble for not being inside on time. Street lights come on, boy, if you know what I'm saying? Like that type stuff. Now, kids don't even go outside. Like you see kids outside, it's at a park across the street, but you don't see that many. You know what I'm saying? We used to hoop, like, we used to go from Broad Street basketball to the YMCA to the Lincoln Center, to whoever was hooping in front of my house, your house, James' house. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be a mentor to help these kids out, man, because it's like everybody is Google this, Google that, and they're not really understanding the values of life and really how to survive. You know what I'm saying? Without this internet, man, like people dating on the internet and all this stuff, man, like learn how, like, I don't think half of these kids nowadays, just my opinion, don't really know how to talk to a person in person because they don't have their communication skills, because they're not in school long enough, or, you know what I'm saying? It's people skills are not there.
Yeah, definitely technology has changed lives, for all of us. A lot of kids today are born into this. So this is the only thing that they know. I remember one time I asked a question. This was probably last year or something like that. Within the last 2 years, I asked a question on Instagram: if social media didn't exist, would your business still survive? And a lot of people really couldn't answer that question.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It could survive, but this is the thing. Networking. You gotta be out there and be able to go get it. You gotta be able to promote yourself, advertise yourself. Anything that you want to do, you can do it. Now, I wouldn't say social media helps you expand to where you can get in touch with celebrities and whatever, get sponsorships. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do, word of mouth travels faster than a flyer, a telephone call. You know what I'm saying? So if your service is that good, you're gonna get recommended, and they're gonna keep passing your stuff on. So I feel like social media, it helps, but then at the same time, it hinders you.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question, because, a lot of them rely so much on it to where, when you have like the older generation, right? They know because they didn't have it. So they understand how to actually grow a business. They know how to network and, go to these events and how to communicate, not talk, but actually truly communicate with somebody else. And that's why I would ask that question to the younger generation, because, they so social media driven, right? There's like social media. I'm like, you do know that's not the only, it's really there to help you in terms of branding and everything like that. But you can't really rely on social media to be the driving force of your business.
Right.
Even with entertainers, yeah, they got social media, they post and stuff, they put out content, but you still see them out on tour. What I mean? Stuff like that. So it's just another means to get your name out there, but you still gotta go out there to the people, and especially in the beginning stages. stuff like that. So, that's something I'm fighting with right now with, not me personally, because I'm always out there. That's how I get people. That's how I get people on the podcast. I can't sit here and just be like, I can't stay on my phone like that. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't know how people could be on there just looking down. It gives me a headache.
Right.
Honestly. So, but man, I'm glad that you on, man. I really appreciate it. This is for y'all don't know, I've known Sherman. We first met when he came into high school. I think he was my height. I was a junior. He was a freshman. I think he was my height. So he's probably taller than me right now because I didn't grow a bit since then.
Yeah, I'm taller than you now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of y'all taller than me now. So I'm not mad though. I wish I had y'all height, but hey, look, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm glad to be my height. I don't care what anybody say. Hey, listen, the biggest advantage I had on the basketball court, I was the shortest, but you ain't gonna dribble that ball around me either. And I'm gonna get to where I want to on that court. And when you first came to Rossview, of course, I was gonna be the starting point guard, and I knew you was gonna be my backup because I'm like, I already knew most times I'm gonna play most minutes, but I need somebody who could get in there and just hold it down till I get back in. And so yeah, I looked at you as not only as competition, but as somebody that could push me to stay on top of my game.
Right.
So I mean, I really appreciate that from you. So even though like I said, you was probably by the end of that season, you was probably taller than me, but like I said again, I'm not hating on it. You're just blessed.
You taught me a lot. Like I said, you James, y'all taught me a lot just my freshman year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I came from. You got to think when me and Xavier came to Rossview, we had no, we had no clue about high school basketball. So with Coach Harper and Coach Wiley and what's his name?
Coach Clark.
Coach Clark used to be on me like white on rice, man. I never understood it. Like, you remember how I used to be at freshman practice, then he'll make me go to JV and then come down to varsity. Like, I'm in 3 different practices. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll make me do play, but first half of freshman, then I gotta go play JV and then sit on the bench for varsity. Like, I didn't understand all that stuff, man. So as the season went on, I started to understand what he was trying to do, trying to prep me for when you got out of there, you know what I'm saying? Because I was gonna be that backup. But unfortunately I had to move. So you know how that go.
Yeah, I was somewhat of a similar situation. I actually never went to freshman practice when I was a freshman. It was, the JV and the varsity. I was there. I think I only played a few games on the freshman level, but mainly it was JV and stuff like that, varsity. But going in, I already knew the playbook. So I already had an advantage playing for Coach Clark and AAU at the time. So I already had the advantage. And when I came in, it was just like, all right, what play we running? I already knew. Let's get in there. I don't know if you remember your very first day, summer practice. I don't know if you was there or not when you first came to Rossview.
Was I there?
You might have been there.
I don't know.
I don't know if you was or not. I'm gonna have to ask my brothers. They probably know more than me.
Yeah, they would know because we were around. Yeah, we was around each other all the time. So yeah, they probably would know. I don't remember. Was I?
You might not. I think you probably came a little later.
I think I came. What was it? Was it spring ball or whatever? Right before.
So we had our team camp. In June.
Came to the team camp.
Yeah, so around June.
Right.
And it it was intense. Practice. First practice.
Right.
Always gonna be intense because we always looking forward to what's next and everything like that. But I remember going against you. I'm like, okay, little dude could play, but you have to understand if you want to take my spot, you're gonna have to raise his game. Because listen, I was waiting 2 years to get my spot behind Trey. Luckily for me, the next year, my sophomore year, I got to start with him. So
Right.
basically, I got that experience the year prior, but I knew that spot was mine and mine only. And when you came in, I was like, okay, I see about 2, 3 other guys trying to take my position.
Right.
Ain't gonna happen. And I knew Trey, he did me like that. Because when I
Right.
first came in as a freshman like you, that very first practice in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
I played with all the freshmen. I
Right.
dominated that game. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, okay, all the upperclassmen, they gonna scrimmage next. Coach Harper called me, Bagwell. I was like, oh, I'm in now. 4 tip. He was like, you're the only other point guard on this floor, you and Trey. And boy, I'm telling you, that's how I knew I had to step up my game.
Right.
So when you go against somebody that's been there,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna show you like you're gonna have to step it up. And he was the guy that made me step it up. And that's
Right.
what I was trying to do with the younger ones. Like, if you want my spot, well, you ain't gonna take it from one. But if you want it, you're gonna have to really work hard to get it.
I
Because
got.
I gotta know that when it's your turn, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna carry on that point guard legacy,
Right.
stuff like that. But yeah, you were talented, man. You were talented. You're a guy with the handles. You could shoot the lights out of it. You know,
Them
it's
that over with, man. I don't play no more. I watch now. Them days over with.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I don't play anymore. I haven't played seriously. The last time I played a game was 2000 and I want to say 16, 17. I want to say somewhere around there. It was the alumni game that
Oh,
I
okay.
played in.
Yeah, I was supposed to come down for that one. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that first year we had it. It was
Yeah.
only 6 of us.
Yeah, because Joey, and Trey, and yeah, because me and James and Xavier were supposed to come, but I think something that came up, so we wasn't able to make it. I remember that. I wish they would have kept that going, but you know how that go.
Yeah, I wish it would have kept it going too, man, because that brought a lot of people out, man. It felt like a real reunion, though.
Right.
Going against guys that you played against and you played
Mm-hmm.
with, and then
Right.
you get to go against the older guys that you saw them play when you were kids.
Right.
And it was like, because I wanted to go against Coach Clark, when he was playing for Clarksville. I was like, I want to go against him.
Mm-hmm.
For me doing all them suicides and running ladders and all that stuff,
Yeah.
this was going to be my payback, but we never got the chance to play against him. But it was a great time. Maybe somebody will bring it back up, and to where you might come down and like, hey, they got this thing going on. You should come on down. You might not only be able to run 5 minutes, but guess what? You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I think I run more than 5 minutes. I got a little stamina. I just ain't like I was in high school, could run the whole game and be good. I can't do that no more. That them days over with.
Did you hate those drills back then?
It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
You got to think, man. So while y'all was practicing, you got to think. Coach Wiley had me as a team leader as a freshman, and then JV, I was a captain. So it's like basically I had to keep them in line. So I had to stay on top of my game for, Xavier and whoever else is behind me, Aaron and Jameson. You know what I'm saying, Josh. So it was like one of those. I had to stay on top of my game because they were trying to take my spot starting. So it was kind of vice versa. I'm trying to take yours, they trying to take mine. You know?
I'm gonna be real. They wasn't taking your spot. I'm just gonna be. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean,
Hey
and
man, they was trying. Trust me.
I'm gonna be surprised. Like my senior year, all right. My
Mm.
senior year in high school, we only had it was 4 of us seniors, 1 junior. Everybody else was sophomore and freshman. And I knew for a fact, I'm like, all right, we probably won't be as good. And of course, this was my year. I was the captain this year. The previous 2 years, I was the co-captain. This year, I'm the captain. And my backup for that year was Josh McCorder.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so he was my backup that year. And at times, I'm going to be honest, I was grateful for him because I could move off the point from time to time. I could play the two. You know, I could rest on the floor. If you know basketball, you have to understand, how to get rest while you're playing.
Yep.
Understand I don't have to run every play for myself or initiate all the plays. Sometimes I'll tell him, no, call this play. I'm going to stand over here. Let me get my breath for a second. And then I'm going to take my spot back.
Right.
So, but I remember those drills. And I know a lot of guys I knew they couldn't survive. Because I was so used to it. It was like, this ain't nothing to me. But a lot of guys, man, they get to those drills and all of a sudden they don't want to come back no more. One day.
Yeah, it didn't bother me, to be honest with you. I just once you show me what to do, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you pretty much go at your own pace. That's how I look at it. I mean, you keep up, but you know what I'm saying, don't overexert yourself either. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think a lot of people did. They overexerted themselves, and that's why they couldn't take it.
Well, that was because, at that time we had to do it in a certain amount of time.
Right.
So, if you ain't do it, if you ain't run that mile in 6.5 minutes.
Oh, I already know. Trust me.
You're going to have to do it again. Now, he might let you slide. If you were like a few seconds after that, he'll let you slide or whatever. But, yeah, when I first ran a mile, that was the first time ever, my freshman year, doing conditioning. And that was the first time I ran a mile ever in my life on the track. And I finished at 6 minutes and 32 seconds. And I didn't have to run again, stuff like that. But the next time I did it like 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So that's when I was like, oh, I didn't know this was like time like that. Because if it was timed, I would have finished earlier than that. But also, too, it was kind of like sun beaming down. So I'm not used to running in the sun.
Right.
I got to be indoors.
I got you.
On a hardwood. But, man, I done seen guys throw up.
Yeah.
I done seen them, like, fall out on the floor. I'm like, I thought you guys was in shape. I mean, we kids. We ain't supposed to be tired like this. What y'all been doing?
That heat, man, ain't no joke neither. You know that.
Especially on that track. It's actually hotter on the track.
Right.
So it's and you run it like you're not running with track shoes, running shoes. You running with basketball shoes.
Right.
So that's why I changed. Like when I did that, I'm like, okay, I gotta get some running shoes if we're gonna come out here and run. That makes a whole lot of sense because I'm not messing up my basketball shoes for the track to do all that. So, but that makes a big, big difference. You been watching the playoffs?
Man, yeah, I've been watching that bullshit.
Why are you upset?
Man, I don't know. I watched the game today, man. Ja kind of should have. I feel like he rushed that layup. You know what I'm saying? He rushed it. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have got a better shot, or he was going too fast. He could have got a little more body control, and he would have won that game. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, just to look at his face after he missed that layup and he didn't get the call, he gonna come out next game and it's gonna be over with. He's gonna go beast mode. And honestly, Ja Morant is, I would say, my next favorite point guard, like since Allen Iverson. Like I just like his style of play. I mean, his work ethic. I mean, he doesn't quit. I mean, he can shoot, dribble, he can pass, he plays defense. He'll dunk on anybody. He don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I like that about him. You know what I'm saying? He got that spunk to him.
Yeah, he's probably the most exciting player in the game right now. I mean, when you look at him, he remind me of Derrick Rose early on in his career.
Right.
The only difference was between Ja Morant and Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, boy, when I say he was a beast, back then when he came in, you knew where that team was going.
Right.
And you see the similarities between the two,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And of course, he's doing it. Well, not this year. The Western Conference was a little weaker than the Eastern Conference this year, but Derrick Rose did it in the same conference, as LeBron, prime LeBron,
Right.
and stuff like that. And Ja Morant, he's getting there, but he's still growing as a player. So when he look back on it, time goes on, he's going to understand. You can get a better shot. You don't have to rush it. You have plenty of time left.
Right.
Even because they knew you was going to the basket. I think that was the thing about it. That's why you saw Gary Payton II right there. Because I don't know if he got a piece of it or not. I don't know if he got a piece of it.
I don't know either. But that's what I'm saying. If he was like AI probably would have acted like he was going and he would have stepped back. You know what I'm saying? And shot his shot. You know what I'm saying? Because Iverson inside that paint, his jump shot was hard to block, number one. And number two, he had that talent, man, just raw talent. You know what I mean? But he's young. He's still growing. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I say probably the next 2-3 years, Ja's gonna be the face of the NBA. I mean,
I ain't going that far to say that, but
hey,
I would
listen. That boy gonna make history, man. He's gonna make. I feel like he's gonna make history with Memphis. I really do.
Listen. If the management does it right, you keep the core players, and you start getting veterans, around them, and all of a sudden now they're the favorites. Oh yeah, Memphis, they could get to the finals one day with Ja Morant. But the key is, are they going to keep what's his name, Baines?
They got to. You got to look, man. So you got to think. Ja was hurt, right? They went what 18-2 or 16-2 or something like that.
18-2.
18-2 with Ja hurt. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think if Ja was healthy, they'd have went 20-0. You know what I'm saying? Them boys they know how to play with or without him. You know what I'm saying? And that's, be honest with you, that's coaching. That's coaching and them team and team chemistry. It's like, I trust you regardless of what we're going through. We may be down 10, but guess what? I trust you. We're gonna come back and win this game. You know what I'm saying? And that says a lot just from their coaching and their characters as players. Because a lot of players, they get to that, when they get to a certain level or they get a little seasoned, they don't really trust a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Especially with them being as young as they are, them boys is young.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a coaching thing, but it's also a culture thing. Because you could tell, you could go back to when Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, Pau Gasol, Tony Allen, you could still feel that same culture with this squad right here.
I agree.
So that's why I'm like, man, give them another year or two. They're going to be in the finals if healthy. That's the key.
To be honest with you, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this series with them is gonna go to 7. I think it go to 7.
I'll say 6, depending on what happens in Golden State.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I honestly, I feel like this: if they go to 7, with Ja Morant in his second year, because last year he got hurt. If they go to 7, I guarantee you the next year they're going to the finals, because I think they're going to add some more pieces. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who they're going to add, but they're going to add some more pieces.
The question is who they're going to get rid of. Because I personally like the squad that they have. They just got to keep them together at least another 2 years.
They need, to be honest with you, they're going to need another shooter. They're going to need another shooter.
Another one?
To come off the bench. You got to have.
Okay.
Yeah, to come off the bench. You have another shooter come off the bench.
Yeah, okay, I get you now. Because you got Jones who can shoot, right? But you also need another one to come off the bench.
Right. Just in case Jones, you know what I'm saying? Just in case Ja go down, you got Jones, whoever, you still have another shooter come off that bench to, you know what I'm saying, relieve you as well, to spread that floor.
Okay, yeah. I agree with you on that one. I agree.
I mean, that's you gotta have another scorer. You got to.
I just think that I think Warriors in 6. But if they win, I'm gonna tell you right now, if they win the next game, I don't see 7 games. because they're gonna have to win.
Yeah, if Golden State win this next game, then yeah, I see it. And yeah, but if they don't, then I think the series may go to 7.
Either way it goes, I don't see any of these teams coming out the West. As long as Phoenix is healthy, and you got Devin Booker at your 2.
You think Phoenix can beat Golden State?
No way. When you think about it, the way you say it out loud.
No. No. I'm saying Phoenix, Golden. Nah, bro. I don't see it. They don't have enough. They don't have enough firepower. Phoenix don't have enough firepower.
Okay, gotcha. Because you already know what you're gonna get from the 3 guys, but you don't know who you're gonna get from. Matter of fact, you really don't know who you're gonna get from DeAndre Ayton.
Right.
Because he up and down. And I'm like, a guy at his skill level who could be the best big man in the game. You know, I think maybe it's a coaching thing. Maybe Monty Williams, like, in the beginning of the games, we're going straight to him. We're going to go.
That's my thing. They're not consistent. One game they may go to him. Then the next game, they barely give him the ball. Then the next game, they give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be consistent in your coaching. But then you got to think, bro, you talking about Golden State, bro. The Golden State, you still got to think they got Iguodala that's going to play. You still got Gary Payton. You got Looney. You got Clay, Curry, Draymond. What's the other boy name?
Poole.
Like, come on, bro. Poole by itself, bro, can give you a quick 30.
Wiggins.
That's what. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Really think Phoenix can? Man, nah.
Man, I said earlier. That I have Phoenix coming out the West, but I said I won't be surprised if Golden State come out the West.
I got Golden State. Coming out the West. The East, it's a toss-up. East, I ain't gonna lie, it's a toss-up. And
between who?
I'd be honest with you, I would say Celtics. And the only thing I want to say Miami, but Miami is kind of you know what I mean? I don't know.
They don't have the firepower to keep up with anybody else.
They don't, but then I don't know if Embiid gonna come back. If Embiid comes back,
Game 3, he'll be back in Game 3.
But is he going? This is the thing. Is his body gonna hold up if he goes to the finals?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Is his body gonna? He may come back in 3, but is his body gonna hold up? You know what I'm saying?
I get you. Yeah, I understand.
They still got 2 more rounds. If they win this one, they still got 2 more rounds.
Here's my thing. Out the East, I'm already saying I got Milwaukee coming out the East. I think I got Milwaukee. I don't think nobody can stop Giannis. I think they're going to go past Boston in 6. And whoever they face in the next round, I don't think they're going to compete with them. So whoever wins this particular series between Milwaukee and Boston, that's who I think is going to come out the East because they got the firepower. Of course, these I don't look at Philadelphia as a defensive team, but when you look at Miami, Milwaukee, and Boston, defensive-minded teams, but they got guys that could dominate,
right?
A series. So, Boston and Milwaukee, they got 2 guys that could actually dominate a series, and you could tell right now that the size of Milwaukee is going to bother other teams,
right?
And especially whoever comes out the West is going to bother that team. So like with the Golden State Warriors, you have to have that offensive firepower to counteract what Milwaukee going to do with their size and everything. So, and they play defense. The only weak link to me is Lopez.
Golden State gonna run them boys.
That's why I said Lopez is gonna be the weak link on defense if they do face Golden State, because he's not, he's a big guy who could stretch the floor offensively, but defensively, he's gonna be a liability. That's why he could play, with a a Boston Celtics because they don't
Right.
really have guys, that could really take him off the dribble like that. And he could contest with his long arms because they're gonna want to pull up.
Yeah.
So whoever they move forward, I think they're gonna be all right coming out the East.
Mm-hmm.
But the West is going to be, like you said, Golden State probably most likely.
Golden State come. I don't see no. I honestly like this. If the Grizzlies don't win this next game, Golden State's coming out. That's just what it is. Because they're gonna go down 2-0, and then you got to go back to Golden State. Come on now, Golden State is hard to beat in Golden State, and that's been proven.
Yeah.
And so and Clay and them, they know that for like the back of their hand. So come on now, that's the advantage that they have. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be very interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. But in terms of the face of the league, I know you have Morant in a couple of years. I think Giannis is here to stay. I think he just, in a small market too, and what he's doing. I think so, man. I think because when you look at Giannis, you gotta remember it has to be much more than just basketball. When it turns to being the face of the league, Giannis is a likable guy. People cheer for Giannis, right? Because they seen his journey from the moment he got drafted. They didn't think he was going to be this good to two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, and now NBA Champion Finals MVP. So it's really hard to dislike somebody like Giannis, who is open, who is Giannis, who, he has a personality to, have a chance to be the face of the league. But they also got other guys too. You got Joel Embiid, Morant, he could be that guy too. These smaller market teams now, they starting to come up. You don't have to be in LA or New York anymore. You could be in the smaller markets and you could still be the face of the league. I mean, Luka one day could be the face of the league.
I was just about to say that Luka sure could. I mean, Luka nasty too now. That's another nasty. That joke right there, shoot the lights off that ball. So I mean, hey, you know how that go. I mean, he's developing as well. You know what I'm saying? Once he get a couple more key pieces, Dallas is gonna be something to mess with. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I think
pieces though.
I think with Brunson there, like that's gonna be a great series. I think people thinking that it's gonna be a cakewalk for Phoenix. I don't think so because Luka could dominate, but you got Brunson that could come in and basically take over a game. If I'm J Kidd, even moving forward, I know Luka wants to play the point. I would actually put Brunson at the point, put Luka at the 2, right, to where he don't have to waste his energy trying to do everything himself. Right, that can come off screens and get open shots, and still be the playmaker. But now he's not. His usage rates could go down a little bit, but the team production can go up, significantly. So, but it's gonna be a great series, man, and I'm waiting. I can't wait for that series as well. I'm probably gonna check out a couple of games, but I'm really focused on 2 series, and that's Golden State and Memphis, and Milwaukee and Boston. Those are the only 2 series I'm really going to pay attention to.
To be honest with you, I mean, I think that's just most people that are NBA basketball fans grew up watching it. That's when I think 99% of the people gonna watch them 2 series just because they understand the basketball IQ of it. You know what I'm saying? And what the journey is going to hold, with those teams. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, with those 4 teams, those are teams for probably the next 2 or 3 years is going to be dominating each division because all they're going to do is add on. And you got to think free agency, player trades, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, you know what I mean? So, and we don't know what's going to happen in this free agent, you know what I'm saying, coming up. We don't.
No, we really don't. And that's why when I look at Memphis and I look at Milwaukee, people forget Giannis is mid-20s. Yeah. So he ain't going nowhere. I mean, he already brought a championship to a city and he possibly could bring another one. And it's like, yo, this team, it could be like the San Antonio Spurs just up north. You
Right.
know, that culture, you got a dominant player, and then you got a guy, Chris Middleton, who could close out games, so Giannis don't have to do it by himself. And you got Drew Holiday, who could drop 25 on any given night and lock up the best perimeter player, whoever they have. So, they got it. So that team is scary. Memphis is going to be scary. Golden State, this is probably their last hoorah. You never know. Maybe next year might be it.
With Golden State, I think, just my personal opinion, and I think they're either gonna trade Clay. They may trade Clay. That's just me. It's my personal opinion. I think they may trade Clay.
Do you think? Do you think with that, who would they trade him to? And because they're gonna want pieces back. With Clay, I personally think that system don't work without Clay. Even though you have Jordan Poole is the type of guy that doesn't come off of screens and spread the floor like that. Clay doesn't need the ball to be like, we seen him go get 37 in a quarter. We seen him get up 60 in, in like 25 minutes and put up 14 threes in 23 minutes and game. And you gotta think, playoffs come around, they don't call him Game 6 Clay for nothing.
Right.
So they're going to want somebody at least on his level to come back and probably has some of the same intangibles he has. So what you going to do?
I just feel like they're going to trade Clay. I ain't saying that it's going to happen. I just feel like they may try to trade him. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they may. I don't know. I know they're not going to trade Draymond because Draymond is kind of like that base of the team. He's the what we call it, the hype man. You know what I'm saying? He hypes people up. He does stuff intentionally to get the team going. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And then I feel like Clay may go, but then he may not. He may stay. They may trade somebody else. At the same time, we don't know. But in the free agency, you got Anthony Davis. I mean, you got a lot of free agents out here, man.
Can you trust Anthony Davis?
He's too fragile.
What about the talks of the Pelicans from people saying they should trade Zion?
So this is my thing with Zion. Zion, number one, he got to lose a little bit of weight. Once he loses that weight and gets and plays like more than, but I think he ain't played no more than 30 games in one season. If he can stay healthy, lose that weight, and really see what he can do, he's a bully. He's a bully on that court. That's not even a question. He's like a young LeBron. He's not getting. Hey, he was supposed to be the face of the NBA. Zion was really supposed to be the face of the NBA. They hyped him up to be the face of the NBA, and he got hurt. And then, I mean, he hasn't really played. I mean, you can sit there and say, oh, well, give him a shot, but how much longer you got to wait?
Yeah, I think, me personally, I think he has to lose around 50 pounds. Personally, he's going to have to lose about 50 pounds because those knees are not going to hold up on that frame. And his whole game is based on explosiveness. So eventually he's going to have some lower body issues right off the bat. And, if you're trying to get out of New Orleans, that's not the way to do it. You got to – ain't no other team going to want to take you because they're like, you know what, you're out of shape. You're not taking this seriously. You're not doing what you're supposed to do in the offseason. You're not going to lose your strength. He's naturally strong. So you're not going to lose that. They just care about your health for one, like you said earlier, being healthy. They want you to be healthy.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be about basketball itself. They just want you to be healthy. And when you come ready to play. We got to, if you want this money, we got to be able to trust you to be on this court, probably around 70 games out of a year. So
at least 60. at least give me, at least 60. I mean, listen, he got to stay ready, so he ain't got to get ready. And I agree with you. He needs to lose probably about 50 pounds. I mean, and I feel like even with him, I seen him ESPN dunking and all that stuff, but he still got that weight on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, Zion been doing while you ain't been playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you been doing? I mean, I understand
he been eating.
Yeah, but he ain't toning up like, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's taking it as serious as I think he should. You know what I'm saying? But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I said this before. A lot of guys who never really faced criticism, they really never been coached. When you look at high school, especially AAU, they don't do any coaching in AAU. When you look at, he went to college for a year, so it was like hard to take coaching seriously, knowing that you only there because the rules that's in place. But when you get to the league, now it's a whole different ball game. Now grown men gonna hold you accountable for like what you're doing, outside of off the court, outside of facilities. Are you, eating right? Are you staying in shape, staying game ready? Things we know you got the talent,
Right.
but with this particular game, you're gonna have guys who's gonna be just as strong as you, just as athletic as you.
Right.
The only difference is that they are available and they can count on them. We can't really trust you at this point because we don't know what's going on. And then you got your people out here talking, for you. Talking about you don't want to be there. Where else you gonna go? And what team is gonna want you? I mean, they probably want you for name purposes, but if you just one of those players who is great, but you didn't take care of your body and come on, man. You ain't gonna last 4 years in the league if you're not taking care of. If you're not gonna last 4 years if you're not taking care of your body. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying, your health is your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, if you ain't take care of your body while you're young, when you get older, man, you see that you have a lot of different health issues, man. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what people are starting to realize. You know what I'm saying? We can't do what we used to do when we was 21, party all night and run off for 2 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Go to work and be fine, and go home and crash after work type stuff. You can't do that no more. So, and it's crazy because these cats have personal trainers and personal chefs and all that stuff. They can go to the gym whenever they want to. And, you know what I'm saying? Strength conditioning coaches, all that. Like, I don't see why he hasn't lost that weight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's something else. We don't know because he doesn't speak. You know what I'm saying? He's very private.
Yeah, he's a private person. I don't know if he knows how to communicate to anyone yet, especially at his age.
Right.
But Charles Barkley was right. First thing the team probably need to do is get him a chef and get him on a program because if you're going to invest money into him, you want to make sure he's right.
Right.
So, I know a lot of people would basically criticize Charles Barkley for being that guy to speak his mind, but he's proven on the highest level that he knows what he's talking about. And it's still the same game. It's still 82 games in the season, and the greatest value you can have to a team is availability.
Right.
Period.
Right.
We've seen too many guys, great players, but their careers were cut short because of injuries. Yeah. And you don't want to see Zion be another Greg Oden.
Hey, that's very true. Very true. Very true. And that's the crazy part about it. Shoot, Greg Oden and what was the other guy before Greg Oden? That was real big. Will Bynum. Not Will Bynum. Was it Bynum? Not Will Bynum. He played for the Lakers. Played with Kobe and
Yeah, that was Bynum. What's his name? Will? No, it wasn't Will. It was it Andrew? Andrew Bynum? I think that's his name.
Andrew Bynum, yeah. I mean, he couldn't stay healthy. Then he got started getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But he was
a beast when he played.
He was dominating. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. And then I feel that's why I said another thing about mentorship, man. You got to mentor these kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids come from broken homes, and like Jimmy Butler, man, his mom told him to get out. Now look at him. You know what I'm saying? He made it. You know what I'm saying? Through all the adversity, he still played basketball. The lady that took him in, he'd get that lady to close off his back every last penny on his bank account because of what she did for him. She believed in him, regardless of what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just need that mentorship for kids. Just to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you just sometimes you need somebody to talk to, man. Because a lot of kids are going through things that we probably never would imagine. Because when we were growing up in school, yeah, we fought or whatever, and there was gangs and all that stuff. But this cyberbullying and over the internet bullying and people coming to school and shooting and stuff, like that's crazy. Like you scared sending your kids. Some people scared sending their kids to school because of the stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, man, what you sitting there bullying people for? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you're a bully, something ain't right with you at your house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Not just bullying at school. It's I don't know what school is now these days. I can't even tell you. You got these teachers, high school teachers, sleeping with their students.
Right.
You know, it was. I don't know if you heard about the story that happened here back here in Clarksville. That happened within the last week. Assistant principal got arrested for having sexual relations with the student.
What high school is that?
Just take a wild guess.
Clarksville?
Nope.
Don't tell me Northeast.
You know it's not Northeast.
Rossville?
Come on. No, it's not Rossville. But something did happen like that. But I was like,
yeah, I heard about that years ago. Yeah, I heard about that
years ago. Yeah, but it wasn't Rossville.
Kenwood. Wow.
I mean, it was all in the news and everything like that. So I was, but see, something like that doesn't surprise me, right? Because you see it in the news regardless. You just don't think it will come to like your home, your backyard and all of that.
Right.
And it's like you said, guns in schools. You got adults and kids relations, and it's just they're not really teaching no more. They just passing students, and so they go off. They don't know shit. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. We need to change some things, but as long as there's money and politics involved in it, it ain't gonna change. Not at all.
And it's all political. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I always look at it: reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? If you can reach one, you can teach one, and that one can teach somebody else, and hopefully that they carry that along. Or at least if you can change somebody's life, if it's just one person's life, you understand that's a blessing in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you just never know who you run across and may just need it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They may be having a bad day. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta have a whole conversation because you never know what somebody's going through mentally. And a lot of people, women, men, children, they deal with depression and mental health. And you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't say anything because they don't want to be judged. But I feel like if you need help, get help. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what somebody thinks about you, because I'll look at life like this. I came in this world by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave by myself. So with that being said, I'm gonna take the proper precautions or whatever if I'm going through anything to talk to. I need to get whatever I need to do with my health because you have to be here for your loved ones. But to take your life or somebody take your life for you, just domestic violence and all this stuff, man, it's pointless. You know what I'm saying? You got people out here that are striving to be great it's cut short because of stupid decisions or people bullying them and stuff like that, man. And it's true. The graveyard is the richest place in the world because there's so many ideas and creative minds, man, but we're killing each other off for no reason. And I blame a lot of this stuff on this music and these movies, man. Everybody want to be gangsters and want to shoot a gun, and half of them don't even know how to hold a gun, load a gun, don't know nothing about gun safety, but they can get them. You can get a gun like you can get a pack of gum out the store now. You got kids that's 9, 10 years old, man. You seen that shooting on live? The girl in Chicago shot her cousin, then shot herself.
Yeah. I remember that.
Man, like how y'all get a gun at that age? And why are you pointing at somebody's head? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, and then to be on live with it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, man.
It's so many different factors in that. That's a classic case of I'm pretty sure they got it within the house itself. You know, you didn't have it tucked away where they don't know where it was, and
Right.
you know, neglect, you know, stuff like that. You know, so that's why, you know, that video is very disturbing. And speaking on mental health, if you have issues, whatever you do, don't go into the red table talk. That's not a place that you want to be at. Go see a real therapist. You know, go talk them out. You know,
Right.
don't. And it's like platforms like that, I don't really like. You know what I mean? Because how can I say it? You're not there. If your intentions is to, I understand what your intentions is to heal the world, but if you're not healed yourself, you can't heal nothing else. So that's just my take on it.
Right. That's like if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And you have to forgive, and you have to forget. You know what I'm saying? It's said and done, but people really have to realize is you only got one shot at life. You know what I'm saying? So and my thing, how I live by now that I got a son, you know what I'm saying, Trey, I live as what's gonna be my legacy when I leave here. You know what I'm saying? Don't know when, don't know how, really doesn't even matter. But what am I gonna pass down to my son that he can pass down to his children or whatever it may be? You know what I'm saying? So you have to find that why. Why are you living and what are you doing what you're doing for? Not don't care about what anybody else say on the outside. It doesn't really matter. It's between you, your wife, and your family inside. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're gone, you know what I'm saying, they're carrying on our legacy and so forth, so forth. You know what I'm saying? So to build a business and to teach them about financial literacy and mental health and mentoring people and talking to people, man, that's is key. You know what I'm saying? Because we're starting to get to a world where everything is electronic or everything is social media. I'm communicating with somebody in social media, but I see them in person, I don't even know how to talk. They don't even know how to look people in the eye when you shake their hands type stuff. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the proper etiquette. And that's something that still needs to be instilled within the house. You know what I'm saying? And you being a man in the house, you got to enforce that. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I understand there's a lot of broken homes out here and stuff like that. But if they can get that father figure or their mother figure from their grandparents or whoever, let them children do that because these older people are a lot wiser than we are. They've been through stuff we have no clue about, but they don't speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. How old is your son?
He's 2.
Oh man, is he terrible yet?
No, he listens. His daddy's boy.
Okay.
The
Well,
daddy's.
does he listen to the mama too?
Oh yeah, that's his right hand. But you know, he loves cars. You know what I'm saying? I got some old school cars. I got an 87 box, a 96 Impala, and an 83 Monte Carlo. And every time I start that Monte Carlo up or that box Chevy, especially that Impala with them pipes on it, he get excited. You know what I'm saying? So he's a car baby. You know what I'm saying? He likes cars. He's physical, so I think he's probably gonna play football. He terrorizes. He's physical. That's all I'm gonna say. He don't take nobody. So
well,
yeah.
if he's gonna play football, make sure he has the proper coaching because these youth coaches today, they ain't really teaching these kids proper techniques.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna be out there. I ain't gonna let. Nah, I ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. Believe that. If I gotta be his coach, I have to. So he gets to that level where I can't coach him no more. But him starting off next year when he turned 3, I'm trying to do flag football with him. You know what I'm saying? Get him the basics. You know, put him in swimming. Let him do everything. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us don't know how to swim. I mean, I know how to swim and stuff, but my wife does too. But I just want him to be, you know, if he want to go to the beach when he get older, you know what I'm saying, 17, 18, if you get in the water, you know how you get out the water. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, definitely.
Instead of having that, your son didn't drown. I don't want to get that phone call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love swimming. I'm gonna be honest. My daughter, she likes to get in that pool, and stuff. I'm still teaching her how to swim and things like that. So, but she definitely loves to get in there,
Right.
have fun. I just let her get in there, play around, and once she says, "Daddy, can you teach me how to swim?" All right, cool. Let's do it. So
Right.
that's one of those things that you want to teach your kids and everything like that. But it's also cool that you're gonna allow your son to play flag football early on, because my nephews play flag football, and when you see these clips online of these man, they about 7, 8 years old doing these drills, and it's headshots after headshots. It's like, all right, there's grown men there. You ain't correcting them after they doing this. You say, you all right? Come on now. This is why, parents are afraid to put their kids in youth football, is because stuff like that.
Yeah, brain injuries early.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's like, that's why you got parents who rather have their kids play baseball, basketball, soccer, things like that, because, don't really have to worry about those head injuries and things like that. And they can really have fun. Football is really an intense sport.
It is.
So, it gives the kids, a chance to really go out there and have fun and, enjoy themselves. They just running around. They ain't really no plays being called and nothing like that. They kids, nobody knows. They don't know what they're doing. They just being kids.
Hey, listen, I'm putting him in every sport that I possibly can. I'm gonna let him try everything out. He may be good at golf and all I know. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them. I want him to try everything and, you know what I'm saying, give him that experience. I don't want him to say, oh, I never tried that or never had that experience, because, some people never had that experience. You never know what you could have been good at because your parents couldn't afford it, or, and you didn't have the mentor or somebody to actually try to coach you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's different playing in the neighborhood, baseball, kickball, stuff like that. But to actually play organized is totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Have him watch Cool Runnings.
He already watched it.
Oh, you seen it already?
Man, my son, he's seen Lion King, Cool Running, Little Rascals. Man, I didn't show him everything, man. All my childhood movies.
So you seen the Sandlot?
Yes. He just watched it the other day on TV. It was on TV. He's watching it with us.
Boy, I love that movie. That's one of my greatest sports movies of all time.
He watched Giants.
He did?
He watched it. He watches like anything with sports, like basketball. Like when I was watching playoffs today, he was basketball. Like he's watching, he understands, and he gets a little basketball, and he'll throw it at me. We ain't got the hoop downstairs in his room. He'll throw it at me, and he throw it back. You know what I'm saying? He'll grab the football when football season is, and he'll get it and he'll throw it to me. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, he does the same thing. So it's just one of them. Like I said, he's a sports baby. Like he sees sports and he'll sit down and watch it.
That's cool right there. Cause I'm gonna tell you, like, what me and my daughter will sit down and watch. No lie. It's on Disney Plus. And we actually started during the quarantine when everybody was at home. We watched that whole first season of Gargoyles. And that's our cartoon. Like when I put it on.
That to bring back memories for real, boy. I ain't seen that joint. Man, Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Wow.
When we first got Disney Plus, because we were stuck at home.
Right.
Boy, I seen everything on there. all my childhood memories came right back to me. And
Right.
I, you know, watching Gargoyles, watching Darkwing Duck.
Mm-hmm.
What else I was watching? Uh the movies, Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else? Sandlot, you know, Cool Runnings. I didn't even know that was a Disney movie until like I seen it on there.
Yeah.
Um, Remember the Titans, another one I didn't know that was a Disney product
Mm-hmm.
until it was on there, and it was like I watched all these cartoons. X-Men, like, come on, man, X-Men, the greatest Saturday morning cartoon
Yeah.
ever. So
Yeah.
I'm watching all this stuff, and my daughter, she gets on there. She watched, her Descendants. She'll watch that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, we go watch our separate things, then we go watch our stuff together, and
Right.
it'll be like a great time. And I'm so happy for Disney Plus because I'm telling you right now, they need to hurry up, come up with the third season of The Mandalorian. I'm waiting. I'm
Why you keep saying that? My wife said the same thing the other day. I said, well, I ain't get a chance to watch it. I've been busy with this business stuff, so I haven't had a chance to watch it. But I said, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. I haven't watched a lot of shows, and man, I've been so busy running businesses and working and traveling for work. It's just been one of them. Maybe one day I sit down and take a day
you
off, watch some stuff. But
you need to take a day for yourself. I know you're working hard and everything. I always tell people, listen, take a day for yourself, just a personal day, just to unwind, so you ain't stressed or nothing. Be in front of that TV and just relax and just watch something. You binge watch it, and
right,
then the very next day, your mind is clear, your body's well rested. Go back out there and do it again.
yeah,
So
right.
that's
Probably
what,
need to turn my phone on silent, huh?
yeah,
My phone stay going off, man. Emails, somebody phone call, texting, something. Somebody always needs something to do around here. So I understand
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. I'm always a big thing of taking time for yourself. I'm always a big because we never know when things going to happen, but we know it's going to happen. I
Right,
think we're trying to force the issue, and that's how we become stressed, and stress leads to many different health problems, physical and mental. So
right.
it's like, man, just what's wrong with taking one day
Mm-hmm.
out of a week, right? One
Mm-hmm.
day out of a week, you could do whatever. You could even just go to a park or just hang out with the family. I'm not answering no phone calls, unless it's an emergency, like family matter or something like that.
Right,
Or I'm just sitting here in front of this TV. I'm either on Hulu, Disney Plus, or HBO Max or something like that, and I'm just enjoying my time. Or
right,
if you have a game system, you just want to play a game or two, just
right,
unwind, and it definitely will help you. It will definitely help you because then you'll go back out there and like, man, I'm refreshed. You know what I mean? I'm ready to do this again. So
and
that's what I do.
that's another reason why I started my businesses because I ain't got to work for nobody. So if I don't decide I don't want to go to work or if I don't want to do nothing, I'm good because I'm already getting paid because it's my company. You know what I'm saying? I could take a day off. I could take a week off without having to worry about do I have enough PTO or did I finish this report? Or, you know what I'm saying? I want to
Mm-hmm.
have more freedom. You know what I mean? And that's what entrepreneurship is about. Having that freedom, but also developing and learning from different people because it's all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? That you can learn from anybody. Homeless people, veterans, older people, you know what I'm saying? People your age, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that you don't know that they know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's each one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If I wasn't, I'm very surprised. I went to school for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, got my degree in marketing and things like that. I'm still a consultant. Stuff like that. I love that very much. This podcast it was basically just another outlet, but
Mm-hmm.
I've grown to like really love this because I wanted to do it for a long time. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is like another stress reliever for me. Like, cause it's, and I'm also giving others a platform because a lot of them may never have a platform to go on and truly like brand themselves. So this is just something that I could just give back and stuff like that, and just talk to people and just vibe with them, man. I mean, shit. It's too much going on in the world today. What's wrong? Getting away from the world itself for 1 hour.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. But it's yeah, I love this, man. I really love it, and I gotta watch a little TV because I gotta bring something to the platform and stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna write a letter to Disney like y'all need to hurry up with this Mandalorian. If any show that I'm gonna watch,
right,
it's outside of basketball, of course, because I like to talk sports, so I have to watch that. But any show that's out there that I'm gonna sit there and watch week by week is gonna be the Mandalorian, and and also the Godfather of Harlem. Those are pretty much the two shows that I pretty much will watch. So, but yeah, like you, I'm not really on TV like that. If I am on TV, it's sports and just that. Nothing really else. It's way too much content out here. A lot of streaming services. It's like, reality shows is just getting worse and worse, by the minute.
I agree.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you one show to watch. If you decide you and your wife watch this show together, I don't know if she's seen it or not, but when you take a day off for yourself and you say you want to watch something, it's a show on Netflix. It's a reality show called Ultimatum. Married or Not? Something like that. Basically, it's a reality show where these couples come and one of the partners gave an ultimatum to the other person to either marry me or move on. And they go through this experiment where they go go on these little dates. They're at this hotel, whatever place, apartment thing.
Yeah, I know you're talking about too.
So you seen that already?
Yeah, it was on TV. I think I seen it on TV before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I watched that with my wife. That's the last thing I binge watched. I said, this show is stupid. And, I knew someone was going to stay. And I knew someone was going to like break up.
Right.
It was just obvious. And I asked a question, like my wife, I said, so when they chose the other partner to live with for 3 weeks, so at that moment, they're not together. They're not in a so if they decide to sleep with each other, technically that's not cheating, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. I knew I wasn't the only one tripping.
No, because think about it. If the way my understanding is, okay, I'm living with somebody for 3 weeks. We're not together. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I am single. You know what I'm saying? I'm single.
Yeah.
We're not married. I'm single. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's just like you got single friends. They can do single stuff. I'm married. I can't be at no bar and in no club. That's not my cup of tea anyways, but I can't do what single people do. You know what I mean? I got a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Well, look, man, we're coming to the end of the episode, man, and I usually like to give my guests the last word. So you could, say whatever is on your mind, promote your business, any words of encouragement or anything that you want to say. The floor is yours, and you can have it. So it's all yours.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Darius, for having me on your podcast, man, and really appreciate it. My main thing is tell anybody, keep God first and believe in yourself. Stay safe, stay dangerous. That's pretty much it. And my business, Green Information Solutions, LLC, and my Green Brothers Detailing. Follow Darius. Well, Darius tagged me on the thing, and I posted my IG stuff. And, Continue to be blessed, man.
Appreciate it, man. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. And just a quick little announcement before we get out of here. If you want to advertise on Drinking After Dark podcast, please send a message on Facebook or Instagram at Drinking After Dark podcast, and we can just discuss details. Sherman, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate this, man. We got to do this again one day. In the future, man, whenever you get time, I get time. And, it's going to be, we might have to talk about, when the finals come up, we might have to talk about that when it comes around about, because I'm going to have to pay attention to that.
Let me know.
Yeah, definitely. We're probably going to have to do that. This, was it just now in May? So, yeah, June. So, yeah, yep. I'm going to keep track of it. And then when more stories come out, we're going to discuss it.
All right. That's a bet.
All right. Well, once again, this is Darius from Drinking After Dark podcast. Until next time, we out. Peace.
All right.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.